Let's go next to our caller from the 847 area code. Who's calling today from 847?
Hey, David, it's Eli Gray. I'm a proud new member, and I'm so happy to be talking to you. Love the show.
Thank you, Eli. I appreciate that.
So, a couple things that I want to actually help answer for your last caller.
Okay.
The public, my kids are 13 and 11, and the school system just sent out something saying we have the option to keep them home. There may be only certain days they go to school, or there may be an e-learning only option. So I don't even know that they're necessarily going to open the public schools.
What
And I think
state
they're
what
just
state is
waiting
this in,
and
Eli?
seeing.
Where are you located?
I'm in the Chicago suburbs.
Okay, got it, got it. Yeah, I mean, listen, I think that this is much like with the shutdowns, which is Donald Trump likes to pretend that he's the boss and he tells the 50 states what to do, but these are decisions that are probably going to vary dramatically between states and even within states. I imagine that there will be parts of states and school districts that say we're going to do this or we're going to do that. The idea that Trump is going to be running the decisions for all of these school districts is a fantasy.
Yeah, it's pretty much, I think Governor Pritzker here is doing a wonderful job, and that's why they monitor it. So in case they need to pull back, they're not going to put anyone at risk, especially like my family. We all have asthma, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And then the other thing I was going to say about the Kanye thing is he's calling Forbes magazine, and Elon Musk is kind of pushing him here. He's trying to call his party the birthday party and claiming if you get a vaccine for coronavirus, it's the mark of the beast. So I don't think he's going to be getting anybody to vote for him.
Yeah, no,
even if he tries to do
Kanye's
right.
comments about vaccines were crazy. But to get back to something that's much more relevant though than Kanye. So if what is have you decided your kids aren't going into school, or or are you going to wait to see what the school district decides?
I have a feeling what's going to end up coming down with the district is, they're very aware of children with allergies or autoimmune diseases, that it's going to come down to they're going to do a risk assessment from the top down and recommend to parents, or maybe mandate it, saying your child probably should be in an e-learning situation or a remote learning situation versus coming in because it's too dangerous for them. I don't think they want the liability.
You think that they may say certain kids will come in, but will have fewer people in the classroom by taking kids with conditions that may make them more at risk, and they can do e-learning.
I have a feeling that's where it's headed.
Interesting. All right. Well, listen.
So my
yeah.
Oh, David, I was just actually coming the last two callers. My main question was actually about what you had said when you were talking about being Black Lives Matter adjacent. I'm Jewish too. And Terry Crews was trying to get into it with Don Lemon, but nobody's really letting anybody talk about what the founders of the movement, the actual doctrine is. So I don't know why they're just not letting people know and understand that, yeah, there is good people in the movement, but I don't think people understand what is being dictated from top down or what the ultimate goals are.
Yeah, and again, you can argue the top down doesn't matter because it's sort of a leaderless organization, but the point I've made before is there's a lot of individual Black Lives Matter groups saying, that we've got to fight against Jewish supremacy in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, and our battle is the same battle that the Palestinians are fighting. It's like, listen, check out my clips about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. You will find that I have a measured take on what is going on, but it is not the same battle. There's a lot of anti-Semitism within Black Lives Matter and the Women's March, which we talked about previously. And so I'm right there about structural racism in the United States. I'm right there about all of these different issues. But to say this is the same battle the Palestinians are fighting against Israelis, it's like, no, it's not. And you're going to lose a lot of people. If people are paying attention, you're going to lose a lot of people with that argument.
Yeah, they just don't understand the history of the conflict and how it's been going on for
absolutely
way, way, way too long. But I just want to say thank you for everything you do. I keep telling everybody to check out the show and to join like I did.
Please.
I'm an out-of-work contractor for instructional design and education. However, I can definitely afford with the discount to get your show on the air. Keep it going.
Thank you.
You're doing a great job, and we love watching you every day, man.
Eli, I appreciate it. Say hi to everybody there in the Chicago area and hope it all works out with the school year.
Yes, and you take care. Stay safe, happy, and healthy, and keep up the good work with the show. It's amazing.
All right. Thank you very much. And an early Shabbat Shalom, my friend. Thank you so much. Okay, let's go next to our caller from the 914 area code. Who's calling today from 914?
Hi, this is Ryan.
Did you say Ryan?
Oh, yeah. Hi. So my question is about the Lincoln Project. I'm sorry if you've already covered it on the show and I just missed it, but there's this group, the Lincoln Project, that's putting out ads, and I think they're really, really effective ads. I was wondering if you had any comments on them, if you've seen them.
Yeah, so Lincoln Project is anti-Trump Republicans. It includes Kellyanne Conway's husband, George Conway. I believe Steve Schmidt, former McCain advisor, is involved. Rick Wilson, who's been a guest on this program, longtime Republican strategist, is involved. There's a bunch of others, but those are like the three big ones. Am I right?
I actually don't know a lot about the
Oh, okay.
organization.
Well, in any case, they've been producing anti-Trump ads. I mean, listen, the ads are very good. I don't know, when I see the ad, it reinforces the beliefs I already have, but I don't know if it's changing any minds, so to speak. But to the extent that they have money and these are Republicans who recognize the danger of Donald Trump, it's great. The ads are very good, and we've reviewed a couple of them on the program before.
Yeah, and I also wanted to point out a particular ad that I thought it blew my mind because I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
They have this one ad called Whispers. That's the name of it on the YouTube video. And it seems like Whispers is intended just to be seen by Donald Trump, and it's just meant to throw him into tilt. If you haven't seen that ad, Whispers is a really crazy ad.
I think that actually, I mentioned before, I don't know how many minds are being changed by these ads. I actually think you're onto something, which is the ads are very well calibrated to trigger Donald Trump himself. And he has gone on tweet storms as a result of not always the ad itself, but the fallout from these ads. And that I think is actually a really clever aspect to it, because a lot of the damage that Trump has suffered has been self-inflicted damage. Like, nobody said he had to fail on coronavirus. He could have taken it seriously. It was to some degree self-inflicted. Not the virus. The virus would have been here either way, but Trump's reaction. So I think the ads are good in that way, that they trigger Trump.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I've never seen it before.
We've never seen anything like what we're seeing before. All right, my friend, thank you so much for the call. I appreciate it. We are in uncharted territory, I think is the way I would put it. Thanks to everybody who called in. Was just taking a few brief phone calls, but I do want to go to a break because the news has just broken about the Supreme Court decision on Donald Trump's taxes. And that's what I'm going to talk about right after this short break.